Canberra may have had the home ground advantage at McKellar Park, but it was Brisbane who drew first blood. Striker Joe Burgess finding the back of the net after just 6 minutes. It was a goal Matilda Lydia Williams will definitely want to forget. The Canberra goalie was clearly disappointed with gifting Brisbane the early lead. United's Ashley Sykes did her best to equal the score just 4 minutes later, making a stunning break up the centre. But there was no breaking through the Brisbane defence. Casey Dumont doing the job here. Fancy footwork by Burgess put Ivy Lewick within scoring range. This time, however, Williams was ready and Lewick's attempt failed to make an impact. Brisbane remained on the attack. Skipper Claire Polkinghorn unlucky with this cross. Canberra coach Ray Juna obviously didn't mince his words during the break, and unmarked Sean Machevsky bagging the equaliser in the 58th minute. Canberra's joy was short-lived, however. Elise Keller-Knight on her non-preferred foot, putting Brisbane back in front, 2-1. United continued to create opportunities, but a double dose of disappointment was the only thing in store for Ellie Brush, with 2 headers failing to make it home. Replacement Stephanie Latham had a last-ditch attempt to extend Brisbane's lead even further, but it wasn't to be. Williams saw it coming on what was a mixed day for the Matilda. An understrength Canberra side did well, but Brisbane were just too good. The Raw still yet to suffer a loss this season.
We had a lot of players out, so during the week we had a lot of different formations we're going through, so we didn't really know how we're going to go today. We finally gelled with the team that we had on there, and then coming out with a different team, we obviously showed that we could gel together and even get a goal, so I'm very proud of the girls and always have been.
Looking back at the game, most probably a draw would have been a fair result. They came at us and really pushed us hard the second half, and the game could have gone either way. But every credit to our girls, though. They just seem to find something from somewhere, which they normally do every week. And I say we've got a great lot of character in our squad. But also Canberra proved what a bit of depth they've got with a lot of good young players on the side.
It was a shaky start for Adelaide at Wanderers Oval, with keeper Sian McLaren forced to work hard from the get-go, scrambling to squash Newcastle's 11th minute free kick. The pressure didn't let up for McLaren, with Jet skipper Hayley Crawford setting up Leah Smith on the left of the area. The forward had no trouble finding the back of the net. The scoreboard didn't stay lopsided for long, however. Tennille Bowler making the most of a Georgia Chapman corner, scoring Adelaide's first goal of the season. Newcastle looked dangerous 10 minutes later, but Renee Cartwright's strike was wide of the mark. It was Adelaide who would have the final say in the first half. Rachel Quigley finding space in the box for the Lady Red second. Up 2-1, Adelaide had more joy when the Jets' Stacey Day conceded a penalty for a push on Christina Papagiorgio. Her protest unsuccessful, and Quigley stepped up for her second and Adelaide's third. The Jets hit back immediately though, Crawford reducing Adelaide's lead to just 1 in the 60th minute. Newcastle kept up their incredible come-from-behind campaign. McLaren could only watch in horror as Crawford made it 3 goals apiece. So 3-3 from a game where both teams needed full points, but at least they found some touch in front of goal.
Yeah, I think we took our chances. Obviously, we're not happy with the draw, I'd rather a win, but I think we can build on that going into the Sydney game, and it's just a good thing that we're actually scoring more goals, so that's a positive that we can take out of it.
Coming back after a 6-0 loss last week, for the girls to bounce back and show some courage, some passion, some heart for the game, exciting for us today.
It's always great when you get your name on the scoreboard. The results aren't going our way at the moment, but we're putting some good performances and hopefully that'll turn around soon.
The Mariners flew to Perth hoping to continue their impressive run. Ashley Connor typifying their confidence. In the 20th minute, Michelle Heyman found herself in space and she delivered a low cross to the skillful Lydia Vandenberg, the New Yorker proving a handy import indeed. In the second half, Perth had a glorious chance to get back on level terms when Lisa Devanna was in the clear, but the Matildas' flyer remains goalless. Just short of the hour mark, a poorly weighted back pass put Perth in trouble, and Michelle Heyman confirmed her status as the league's leading scorer. 2-0 the Central Coast. Within 5 minutes though, Perth responded. Alex Singer sent a ball to Mariana Tabane and she got away a good shot under pressure to get the glory back in the contest. The Mariners swung back into action, looking to put the home side away, but Kelly Golubiowski couldn't find the target this time. They went closer again when Ashley Connor volleyed onto the crossbar with the keeper no chance. Perth's Danny Colotti collected a boot to the face to come off second best in this clash. Fresh from suspension, Lisa Devanna earned herself a late yellow for having a bit much to say. And to complete Perth's unhappy day, Elisa Davidio suffered a leg injury in the 89th minute. Although stretchered from the field, thankfully there was no fracture. A fourth win for the Central Coast then, and they maintain their pleasing average of 2 goals a game.
I think we worked really hard. We pushed for the second goal. We unfortunately couldn't get it. I think we made some mistakes that cost us and kind of put us in a hole that we couldn't get out of. But overall, we had an okay effort.
Pretty happy with that. Trying to keep pressure on Brisbane and all the other girls up there, the Melbourne and Sydney girls, to play strong. And it was a hard game today, but we're pretty happy and working our way to the finals.
Melbourne hosted Sydney and Shepparton, and Victoria's regional football fans were treated to a terrific match, the Sky Blues almost finding the lead from Heather Garriock's header. Aussie keeper Melissa Barbieri was to have a busy time of it, dealing with a string of quality Sydney shots. In a timely reminder of who's the country's #1 custodian, Barbieri was brilliant. Lena Karmas again tonight here, the crowd enthralled with Barbieri's heroics. The 7 p.m. kickoff made it a cooler second half, but Sydney was still hot for the points. Laura Alloway's efforts stopping Karmas this time. Having seen off Sydney's best, Melbourne stepped up with a mesmeric run from Julianne Sitch. Her Victory teammates and the Shepparton fans were elated. As Sydney sought the equaliser, Barbieri got a reminder of where her left post was. With the last action of the game, Sydney's pressure had its ugly reward with a Melbourne own goal, and the visitors snuck a point at the death. Despite Melbourne's disappointment at not getting the win, the staging of the game in Shepparton was certainly successful. The still unbeaten Brisbane continue to lead the chasing pack, which is led by the Mariners. Sydney and Melbourne complete the top 4 through 6 rounds. Perth and Canberra will need to play very well through their remaining matches to force their way in, while Newcastle and Adelaide can best hope to play a spoiling role. They each have 2 draws.